Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the podcast. It's Apocalypse soon. And now, folks, he's got a bubbly. It's a blackberry. He's a beautiful man. Get excited, get pumped up, get ready to laugh. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Apocalypse soon, the podcast with no upside, and I mean that. Folks. We are the podcast that rubs your nose in the crumbling empire that is America. Say hello to our producer, Rob. Rob, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
What's going on today, Rob, with you?
What's going on with me?
Yeah, just a quick thing. That's good. That's good. No, I'm kidding. What's going on, Rob? We want to introduce you in increments to our crowd.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty tired today.
Me too.
I didn't get a lot of good sleep. My dog was acting up.
Oh no! What? I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. He's just a little shit. That's all.
Is he hyper?
No.
I have my little pup Charlotte gets hyper at night sometimes. Like, she'll just be like staring at me. I'm trying to watch, whatever it is I'm trying to watch, someone getting brutalized in Nebraska, the latest, a Netflix documentary about someone getting killed in Nebraska by a drifter, and she's staring at me and wants like a treat, and then I go downstairs. By the way, I want to say something to people. Don't get dual level apartment because you have to go downstairs to get the treats and then upstairs to the bedroom. It sucks. But what's up with your dog?
Well, he's a 15-year-old Shih Tzu, so he sleeps all day, and then at night we get about 4 hours of sleep, and then he has to get up to go to the bathroom. So he's stomping around. And
do you have to walk your dog at crazy hours at night?
Yeah,
a lot of people.
I can't put him outside because we have coyotes.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yep.
Is it a dangerous area?
I live in Glendale. It's not dangerous
per
humans,
se,
but for a Shih Tzu, yeah.
No, I was going to say, because in my neighborhood, walking a dog at 3 a.m. is not advised. I mean, nothing has ever happened to me because I have cowbells on and people can hear me coming.
Your handler is listening for the cowbell.
No, the people who are wandering the streets looking to hurt people, hear the cowbells and they go, "That's that fucking nut."
You're talking to Charlotte the whole time.
Yeah, I'm talking to Charlotte. Going, Charlotte, hurry up! These bells don't ring themselves, baby. Well, all right. So your dog kept you up a little bit. Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
I love Shih Tzus. They're gorgeous. They're sweeties too.
He's a great dog. He's not doing anything. He's not being bad. He's just being a little.
He's being a dog. That's the thing about dogs, man. They're not being bad, unless they're really abused. I guess it's like people in a sense too. I think baseline people are good, but yeah, it's true. Maybe not. But anyway, Rob, thank you again for facilitating everything. And now I'd like to introduce our band leader here in Fanny Co Studio. Please welcome Bobby of Bobby and the Mephistophelians. Bobby. Hey, bud. Hey. Little mellow, huh?
Oh, yeah, taking it easy. I did some mushroom caps the other day, and it's really...
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
They go great with Wellbutrin.
Buddy, let me tell you, I get my SSRIs and I the serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and then I throw a couple of mushroom caps on top of there, and I like to go out in the woods and I have full-blown conversations with trees. And, I never really...
I can see your conversation with the tree. No, you go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well, I was in there, man. I got lost, and my girlfriend had to come find me, one of my female friends. There's nothing going on there, by the way. It's just a female friend.
Just a female friend that you call your girlfriend. I understand,
she's
Bob.
She's a girlfriend, she's my friend. She's a girl. But I was out in the woods, man, and I felt like I was on the set of Conan. You know, and I was playing my horn, and I
Yeah.
was screaming. And my wife says, "You've been yelling at a eucalyptus for the last 3 minutes." And I was like, "Well, it was fucking up the intro."
Oh, I see. The
You know?
wife and the girl. Yeah. Did your wife say who's the girl you're with in the middle of the night?
She knows all about her.
Oh,
you
she
know,
does.
She's a friend of the family.
Ah,
you know.
friend of the family.
Yeah, you know.
Look, I could see you going, Bobby. If you're gonna yell at a eucalyptus, don't do it with Sheila.
How'd you know?
I,
Sheila, man, you know, I get in a lot of trouble yelling at trees in the forest.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, I don't want to say anything here because you're the master of your own destiny. In a sense, I mean, we all think we're masters of our own destiny. We can do some things, but usually destiny or fate will engulf us and throw us into a whirlwind, a maelstrom of shit. But
100%.
I knew you would be down with that, Bob.
I love a maelstrom. A maelstrom of shit is actually that's my third album. Was called a maelstrom.
A maelstrom of shit.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, if you are in the market for an album, Maelstrom of Shit by Bobby and the Mephistophelians touches lightly on so many difficult topics.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
I'm glad somebody sees it. You know.
But what I wanted to say is that, mushroom caps. How often do you do them?
I like to do a mushroom cap, as often as I can, you know, and but it's typically about twice a year. I'll go out and do a couple of caps.
So you did one recently.
I did one out. You know, I was up in the Sierra National Forest.
Oh, yeah?
I popped a couple of them. I had my horn with me. You know, I went up there and I just started blowing, just blowing my horn in the wind and just playing some of the most, honestly, probably some of the most beautiful music that forest
Or
has
you
ever
thought
heard.
it was beautiful. I know Chuck Mangione, who blows a mean horn. He used to do a lot of, I don't think it was mushroom caps. What was it? It was
LSD, I think he did.
No, it was the caps. It was just caps. He would melt. He would set caps on fire. I'm talking about ball caps.
Oh, yeah.
And just little caps that cops wear.
Mm-hmm. Well, the artificial material they use for that, it'll get you really fucked up.
Yeah.
And you can get a real wild time out of that.
But look, Bobby, I'm glad you took a journey into hallucinogens. I think it's good for everybody. As a matter of fact, the psychotherapy community is starting to talk about using hallucinogens to heal people.
Yeah.
And you're already one step ahead. And you need a lot more healing than the average person. That's for sure.
Oh God, I appreciate you saying that.
Well,
you
it's
see, I feel
so
seen.
obvious. It's like getting punched in the nose by Joe Louis.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
My mother used to say that, and I appreciate that.
Your mental illness is like getting punched in the face by Joe Louis. Did she sound like that?
She did, and she, I remember one time she was making me a bowl of chili, and and I was just like, I'm so sad. I was looking down at the chili, and she said that about Joe Louis, and I just go, I'm gonna come back, Mama. I'm gonna come back.
I'm gonna
You
come
watch.
back, Mama.
Mama, you don't believe it. I'm gonna come back. And but she's always been a big cheerleader for me. God.
Well, Bobby, thank you for sharing your life and your music here. And again, buy Bobby's album Maelstrom of Shit.
Yes.
Which
Tower Records. If you can
Tower Records.
find a good one at Tower Records.
The Twin Tower. I think it was only available in the World Trade Center, and those babies came down.
Yeah, it's a collector's item now. It's hard to find them.
Yeah.
The Twin Tower Records went down, not just Tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
Military. By the way, those babies came down because, all of the United States' military adventurism the blowback came down hard. I didn't know that your album was only available there. It's a deeper tragedy now.
It's odd because it is a maelstrom of shit. And then the mouse, it went full circle with the album.
Bobby, I like your politics.
Thank you.
Let's bring in now our co-host, our sidekick, our just Renaissance man, producer Kevin Tinkin. Kevin,
Hello.
how you doing?
I like being called a Renaissance man. That feels good.
There's something about, what? I would imagine other time periods are a little pissed off because you never hear, oh, he's a Victorian man. You know, oh, he's a caveman. You know, oh, he's a, Anthropocene man.
Oh, yeah.
It's always Renaissance man. I guess because Renaissance connotes art, creation,
Yes.
Liberation,
Yeah.
except I had a great, I'm from Sicily, and the Italians were at the forefront of the Renaissance, and I had a relative who hated the Renaissance period.
Really?
And she dated a Renaissance man and said he was a piece of crap. So Renaissance man, potato,
Yeah.
she said all the Renaissance men, this was a great relative. She said all the Renaissance men that she dated, all they wanted to do was play their lute.
Really? And they were just trash
They
dudes?
played lutes back then.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the loot? Is that
It's a ball. It's a bag of cash.
Okay.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of lute, Loot. An Lute. A lute is, Rob, do you know what a lute is? It's like a man's...
It's a stringed instrument with
Yeah.
a kind of gourd-shaped body to it, as
Right.
opposed to like, a guitar is kind of flat.
Right.
Lute has more of like a...
Right.
Oh,
Is
the
it like-
rounded body. Yeah.
You know
and it
what's
has
that-
the weird bended neck thing. To tune it.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like a avocado cut in half.
We're getting,
Yeah.
welcome to What is a Loot, the podcast about loots. The loot
Hello,
pod.
I'm Frank Johnson, and if lutes and more lutes is what we talk about on this podcast. Lutes 24/7. And remember, if you need a lute repaired, I'm your guy. Come on over to Big Al's Lute Repair Shop. It's open 24 hours, and let me tell you something. I am a Renaissance man because I'm the only one who fixes lutes.
I can see a guy who's got a loot repair store, and then like his grandson's like, "Dad, you gotta get in there. You gotta do a podcast for this." He's like, "For the loot repair store?" He's
What?
like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dad. Let me tell you something. You want to get a certain amount of eyeballs on your podcast, and you could, I could help you do that. I could put clips together. What? I don't think that many people would be interested in lutes.
I like this guy's accent. What's the deal with this guy?
What Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is. I forget which character that is, but I don't think that there would be that many people who were interested in lutes because I haven't sold a lute, by the way, in about 8 years. How do you keep in business, Dad? Well, first of all, you're my grandson. I mean, Granddad. I keep in business with stipends from the government. Stipends? What's a stipend? It's something you shove directly in your ass. End scene.
I love it. Where you said your ancestors are from Sicily?
Yeah, my dad's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long? When did they come to America? When did they?
Let's see. Today is.
Do you know how far back the first generation of Pepitones landed on?
Well, yeah, I would say because it's my dad's parents who came from Sicily. My dad was born in the 1930s. They came in I think 1920s. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense because your dad was born in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to brag that I have that kind of heritage.
Yeah, my great grandfather came from Germany. He's Henry Tinken, and then
Henry Tinken?
Henry Tinken, yeah.
Hello, I'm Henry. I just got an image of it. I love that name, Henry Tinken. Hello, I'm Henry Tinken.
Yeah.
Is there a bicycle you need repaired? Come on down to Tinken's Bicycle. This is what he did when he first landed. Tinken Repair Shop. We also sell fish. I will repair your bicycle and sell you flounder.
I'm trying to think of the German accent.
What are you German?
Well, yeah, I've got German, English, Irish, mostly. I'm the whitest man on the planet.
I know you.
But yeah, no, Henry Tinken, and then Robert, and then Jimmy, my dad. My parents' names are Jim Bob and Bonnie Jean.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
You have a Jim Bob in your family?
My dad.
Yeah.
They call him James Robert, but
Hey, Jim Bob, yeah? Did you see my copy of Schopenhauer? I left it around here somewhere. No, I didn't say you're Schopenhauer, but I did say you're Emmanuel Kant. What did you say?
Hey, y'all are always losing my great ancient texts around here. I'm trying to read War and Peace, and my damn wife keeps coming in and bothering me.
Welcome to Hillbilly Philosophy. I am your host, Jim Bob Tinkin. We'll be exploring all forms of hillbilly philosophy. Yeah, man. So, German, what else? What are the other...
German, English, Irish.
okay.
Yeah. The beautiful
That's
accents.
on your dad's side. What about your mom's side?
Well, on my mom's side, it's mostly Irish.
Okay.
So it's a lot of Irish on my mom's side.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, Bonnie Jean. Good, God rest her soul.
Oh, Bonnie Jane. I love the Irish culture.
Yeah, me too.
I love, their intense
Mm-hmm.
alcoholism. The rehab facilities.
Yeah.
No, I just love the Irish storytellers. There's a comic that Americans don't know Irish comedians, Tommy Tiernan, for
really?
anybody. Just so brilliant. Oh, my God.
I haven't seen Tommy Tiernan.
Because I don't think he comes to the States. He's so popular in Ireland and Europe. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Just look him up on YouTube, though. I think you could see stuff on you. Tommy Tiernan.
Oh, yeah.
And I did a couple of festivals in Ireland, and Tiernan was in one on Galway, and it was amazing. They were done in like these huge tents, the festival in Galway, and Tiernan was headlining, and I went into this tent. It was packed big, a lot of people, and the rain started coming down. And Tommy got into the rain, the sound of the rain on the tent, and he just started telling a story that was half comedy, half poetry. It was beautiful.
Wow. That's awesome. I always love seeing a stand-up who does it completely different. It does it in a very different. You're very much like that too, where it's just
come
feels
on.
like a different. I know it's the Pepitone compliment.
Yeah, I'm just a regular guy who lives by the docks and eats my own feces.
Well, and we love the way you do it. We love the way you do it.
Well, good to have you here, bud. I think we should get into a bit. Let's do an Ode de Pepitone.
Oh, I love it. All right. And now, time for a fragrance that says, I'm gonna make it. Introducing Ode de Pepitone.
Hello. Are you looking for a je ne sais quoi? Well, put it on this side of a milk carton because you're not going to find it unless you use Eau de Pepitone. Eau de Pepitone is a perfume that is so intense that when you put it on yourself, you will have to vomit in a bucket for about 36 hours.
Pepitone.
That's right. This smell is so all-encompassing. It will smell like a bucket of chum that has been standing out in the sun since the first Woodstock concert.
Pepitone.
That's right. You put a little bit on you, and not only will you have this smell of 1,000 corpses, but you will attract to you people who can help your career.
Ooh la la.
Yes. Are you looking for a perfume that will help your career?
Pepitone.
Are you looking for a perfume that will help your love life?
Pepitone.
Are you looking for a perfume that will help your mental health?
Pepitone.
Well, this ain't it. This is Eau de Pepitone, a perfume that is so vile, so toxic, that it makes Monsanto look like someone who bakes brownies in their kitchen and gives it to children, and they run around the maypole screaming with laughter. No, it's the opposite. This is Monsanto Pepitone. Pepitone is made in a laboratory at the very end of Bayonne, New Jersey.
Pepitone.
That's right, Bayonne, New Jersey, which is known for death and eau de Pepitone.
Cheesesteak.
You can find eau de Pepitone in stores that have no door. That's right, stores whose door has been kicked in because of the riots that happened after the midterm elections here in America. That's right, eau de Pepitone is a perfume you can wear when you realize that corporations have taken your health care, your social security, your housing, your Medicare, everything away from you. Eau de Pepitone is what you put on when there is nothing else to put on.
Pepitone.
Are you out of clothing? Are you out of luck? Are you out of your house? Are you out of everything? It's time for eau de Pepitone. Put a little behind your neck and watch everything you love die. That's right. Eau de Pepitone simplifies your life. Before long, there will be nothing around you but seagulls and vultures, circling you because they smell.
The scavengers.
They smell eau de Pepitone.
Pick up your eau de Pepitone today at Target.
Without a door.
That's how you keep it nice and breezy.
Yeah.
Who needs a door?
It's a good perfume, and, I bottle it myself. By the way, I make this perfume. I said in the ad there that it was made in a lab, but I make eau de Pepitone.
Yeah?
Yes, I secrete it. I secrete it.
How do you collect it?
I have an absorbent rag where it comes out of the part of my body where it, and I don't want to give away too much information. I don't want to micromanage eau de Pepitone here, but I have a rag, an absorbent rag that where I secrete it from, and then I wring the rag out over these little bottles.
Yeah.
The eau de Pepitone bottles that I get from the Chinese restaurant across the street when they throw the soy sauce out. And low sodium. It's low sodium soy sauce.
I was going to ask.
Because if there's any remnants, I want you to know, any remnants of the soy sauce, it's low sodium in the eau de Pepitone.
Do you see those chunks in there? That's how you know it is good.
Yeah. So I a lot of people have been asking me, Ed, how do you know what a squirrel is thinking?
That's a great question. How do you know? That brings us in nicely to a segment we got here. I don't know if you're aware that we have a segment.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in a beautiful, beautiful park in Central Town for What's a Squirrel Thinking?
Oh, boy. I don't know who's been throwing the cashews out here, but these fucking things are good. I'm never going back to peanuts. Never. They can suck my little squirrel dick if they think I'm going back to peanuts. These cashews are terrific. I don't know how to put it. They should make milk out of these. These are good. Hey, Ned. Oh, fuck, Ned the squirrel. Hi. Yes. What is it?
I see you got a cashew there.
Yeah, I do. Well, I have a Brazil nut. Oh, really? I hear Bolsonaro just lost to Lula. Yeah, he did. That's why I'm celebrating with the Brazil nut. That's a big goddamn nut. You know you have a big nut in your hand, Ned? I know. Hey, Ned, why do you talk like a fucking idiot? Ned, can you pull on my little squirrel dick so I can come? Because I wanna, when I come, I eat more cashews. Alrighty. There you go. Thank you, Ned. You're quick and you're good and you got a firm grip. Anyway, Bolsonaro lost, huh, to Lula. Is there going to be a peaceful transfer of power? I don't know. I'm just a squirrel eating a Brazil nut. Yeah, but you're the one who brought up the election, you moron. You know what? Fuck you, Ned. I'm going back to my castle. Oh, don't ignore me. Ned, blow me. Well, I just gave you a hand job. Ned, what, I owe you now? Oh, never mind. It's a nice day here, isn't it? Yeah. We got some cloud cover, so the sun ain't fucking with us today. I like cloud cover, you know. Who doesn't like cloud cover? I wonder what the thread count is in a cloud cover. What the fuck are you talking about, Ned? I just was in Bed Bath & Beyond trying to gnaw through some plywood in their walls, and I noticed the thread cover count in covers. Yeah, but clouds are not fucking fabric. I don't know that. See, Ned, you're an asshole. By the way, what the hell are you doing in Bed Bath & Beyond walls? Well, I'm a squirrel, and I go where my nose takes me. Oh, do you now?
Hey, Dad.
Oh, no.
Come on home, would you?
Oh, no, it's Lou. Hi, Lou.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. What's going on?
Well, just walking around, enjoying the weather.
Stay away from my fucking cashews, okay?
Oh, no problem, pal.
No, I don't want you going near my cashews. You're fat as hell. How do you get so fat? I never see you eating.
I'll just go down by where the kids are eating. They give me everything.
Really? My experience is children are frightened of us. They don't like when we get too close. How do you gain their confidence?
I move real slow. Real slow.
Well, that accounts for your size, bud.
I like to roll. I put a little bow on my neck, and then I look pretty cute.
May I suggest a noose around your neck? Put a little stool under you and jump, Ned, from one of these goddamn tree branches.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. You and fucking the other asshole I was just talking to, Lou and fucking Ned, you're both idiots. Why can't I meet someone my intellectual level? Hey, can you grab my squirrel dick for 1 second here?
Okay.
Just pull on it.
Oh, boy.
All right, thank you. Oof, that was good. I just need to...
That was fast.
I'm quick, baby. We live in a fast-paced society, the industrial complex. By the way, what do you think of these military choppers flying over the head all the time, huh?
Gosh, they sure are big.
They sure are. Most of the discretionary spending goes to the military. Do you know that? About 2/3 of our fucking GDP goes to military spending, which is just a death cult. Do you know that?
Wow, you sure know a lot about this stuff.
Fuck you. You're like talking to a newspaper that's been dipped in oil.
I like oil.
I know you do. Before you go, just give me a little lick around the rim there.
Okay.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
And thanks, folks, for joining us for another What Are the Squirrels Thinking?
One thing I noticed about the squirrels is that they are... Oh, motherfucker. One thing I noticed about the squirrels is that they are very dirty.
Oh,
or at least
nasty.
One of them is. The main squirrel
Yes.
he just wants to have sex. He curses constantly. I
He's a horny
never
guy.
pictured squirrels like that.
Yeah. I think it's the one world that we dip into periodically that is just soaked with sexuality.
It's soaked in it,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the squirrels don't really want to get into that kind of thing.
No, most of them are just looking for nuts and
Looking for nuts.
looking to live, and then they got the horniest squirrel in the world.
I don't know
Just
what it is. I don't know if he's a horn dog. He's just someone who lives viscerally.
Let me ask you this: have you ever had a friend or somebody in your life that was so horny that it just took over their entire life? That became
Well,
their
that's
whole
when
thing?
you're, teenage years.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember my teenage years revolved around when I could masturbate. At some point during the day, I'd be like, let's see, it's 12 o'clock. I think I could fit one in now.
You got to sneak up on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get caught by your parents?
Oh, like a door opening?
Yeah.
In my 30s, yeah.
No.
It was later on, yeah. Yeah. It was we were attending a bat mitzvah. And, I went to the coat room. There's something about rolling around in a coat. At a party when people just put their coats on a bed?
Yeah.
And I just love that. I love rolling around in coats. There's something about, all those smells. Rob is looking for. Do you know about coat rooms?
I'm familiar with coat rooms.
All right.
Sure.
Do you like rolling around in them?
It depends on how expensive those coats are.
Yes, that's a good point. Rob makes a damn good point because cheap coats, fake leather, fake fur.
Yeah.
The tactileness of that isn't as great.
Yeah.
And, I'm an animal rights guy now, but back then, my aunts would have fur coats,
Oh yeah. I have a some sort of hair coat that I got
What?
at thrift, the Goodwill.
You got that from the Gacy estate.
Probably. I don't know what it is, but it did barely fit me. But I was having to dress up like a character from Labyrinth, and the friend, that.
I only
big guy?
dress up as characters from Pay It Forward.
Oh well.
That's the movie I like to dress up from.
You get.
I like getting looks from Rob like, the fuck did you just say?
I love it when you put on a little mop wig, so you can look like the little kid in that movie. What's his name? The guy who's the kid who was in where you say I see.
I've never seen it. I just use it.
Sixth Sense?
Yeah, he was in the Sixth
Oh,
Sense.
that's
Haley Joel Osment?
yeah, Haley.
Is that
Joel
right?
Osment.
Was that Haley Joel Osment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he addicted to things? Is he a kid
No, I think
who
he's
got...
a good guy.
Oh, he's a good guy. Okay.
Yeah, he was in that show The Boys in the second season.
That's
Okay.
right. He was. That's such a good show.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Oh, The Boys is really, really good.
I don't know the boys show.
It's basically it's a superhero
okay.
show, but it tries to base it in the reality of kind of like absolute power corrupts absolutely, and what if somebody actually was like this, like could live forever and was impenetrable, was basically a god among us, and then you kind of see that they're monsters, but they're also like superheroes, and there's a corporation that's behind.
Oh, wow.
Like supporting them, and then they make movies for them and stuff in the show. And it's,
You like it, Rob?
I love that show.
Really?
It's one of the best shows of the last 5-10 years, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's really
I'm going to
good.
check
It's-
it out.
It's
Yeah.
basically the premise is what Kevin was saying, that if superheroes really existed, how they would be folded into the military-industrial complex.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then how entertainment conglomerates would be used to manufacture consent amongst the public
Yep.
for their use for American adventurism abroad.
Yeah, it's
Is that
incredibly-
right? That sounds like... It sounds like the creators really are kind of like trying to make a little bit of a statement about
Yeah,
power.
yeah.
Brought to you by Amazon, however. So
Of course, it's Prime.
It's Amazon Prime.
It's
yeah,
a Prime
yeah.
Video show. Yeah.
But they do such a good job in that show. It's like, because
Who's
they do
the
make a
stars?
point.
Any stars we know?
Anthony Starr is the
That's
the
two
main,
on the nose.
Yeah, is the main guy. He's in he's from that show Banshee, which is also pretty good.
Yeah, my friend Matt Servito was in Banshee.
There you go. And then I think
I never saw Banshee either.
Carl Urban is in it,
I know that name.
and Jack Quaid, who
Okay.
It's like Randy
is-
Quaid's brother.
No, it's Dennis Quaid's son.
Ah,
No
okay.
way. Crazy Dennis Quaid?
No. Randy Quaid's the crazy one.
Oh, Randy's the crazy one, right.
Dennis Quaid's
Yeah.
the dead one.
No, Dennis Quaid is alive. The dead one. Dennis Quaid's alive. He came to the Comedy Store because he was doing a show with one of the comics there.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he's an iconic dude. So his son is an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how his son got into business. Anyway,
God, there was somebody that recently got something big, and I go, man, good for them. And then I find out that their uncle is like Johnny Hollywood, and their dad is, in charge of NASA. Like
it's who you know, baby.
It really is. It really, really is.
Jack Quaid's mom is Meg Ryan.
Is who?
Meg Ryan.
Holy shit.
Whose mom?
Jack Quaid.
Jack
guy-
White
the-
of the White
is
Stripes?
Jen-
Jack
Dennis?
Quaid
Oh,
from
Jack Quaid.
from The Boys.
I'm sorry. I'm
the
losing
main
my mind.
guy from the.
This is funny. Wait a minute. Is that Jack Quaid from the White Stripes? No, you idiot. White Stripes is Jack White. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Who is Jack fell over the candlestick? Who's that fucking guy? Jackknife. Oh, no, that's what Tractor Trailers do. Never mind.
Goldie Hawn's kid.
Goliath's kid. Anyway, what were we talking about before we got into the boys?
Who knows? Who knows?
And you remember, Rob?
you were talking about dressing up like Ludo from Labyrinth.
Oh,
And
yes,
we were
yes,
talking about
Thank
Haley
you.
Joel
Rolling
Osment,
around-
who was in Sixth Sense.
Thank you.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, you like to dress up like Haley Joel Osment with the wig and like
Now, I don't
a
know
young Haley Joel Osment.
If I were going to dress up as a star, I would get a nice toupee. I would slim down and look like Clooney, George Clooney, and
yeah.
then I would do espresso commercials for a lot of money. Nespresso, and I would shill like Clooney does for these shit corporations.
Oh, yeah.
Like Nespresso, even though he doesn't need the fucking money. And he's shill. And Danny DeVito is one of the biggest shills, too. They used to do it together, and now DeVito shills for Jersey Mike's. And
Yeah.
I don't know who. Well, I've talked about this too much about.
It's hard because it's like I get the payday, but where these
They don't
guys
need
that
the
have
money,
all the
huh?
money, it's like, what are they doing? Yeah, it's like,
They're
what-
greedy.
Yeah.
Clooney turns out to be so greedy, but I do like Clooney on screen. He's funny.
great.
He's got a really funny slickness, you know. There aren't many movie stars. Brad Pitt is one.
God.
Leo
Yeah.
DiCap. Then Clooney is one. Like guys who can do it all. Funny,
yeah.
dramatic,
Yep.
good-looking dudes.
Yeah.
You know. Whereas I'm the character actor who comes on and like just hands Brad Pitt like a living heart that he has sent me to get from a family.
Yeah. You've been pigeonholing that role.
I don't like
You really
it.
have. You've always been the heart guy.
Get me a guy. I don't know why do you notice that all my impersonations are the same? Get me a guy who can get a living heart.
It's hard. It's just, that accent is fun to do.
It is.
Like, oh, come on. Give me somebody with a living heart. I need some with arteries. I want to bleed.
I figured out who it is.
Who is it?
It's Doggy Daddy.
Doggy Daddy?
Remember Augie Doggy
Yeah.
and Doggy Daddy?
I remember Augie Doggy. Oh, and
It was
Doggy
his
Daddy.
dad. Is the
Is that
The hot cha-cha-cha. You
Ah,
talk
ha-cha-cha-cha.
talk like this.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
great Mel Blanc who did all those voices, I
Yes.
believe.
Bugs Bunny, the voice of Bugs Bunny.
I don't think Mel Blanc did Augie Doggy. Did.
Who did Jack White? All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, what segment have we not done for a while? We did an ode to Pepitone. We did What Squirrels Are Thinking. How about we do a driving in the rain?
You want to do a little driving?
Let's try a driving in the rain. Let's
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Let's see what minute mark we're up to 40.
Wow. That's beautiful. I've been having such a blast in this new studio.
Me too.
Real talk. I think that
It's
comfy.
intimate here. I like it. There's something about, well, comedy is best in clubs that are like intimate,
Yeah.
you know, low ceilings,
Yeah.
you know, intimacy is good for comedy.
Yeah. And I think Rob's also a good thermometer for when we're on a good track of something funny.
Yeah.
To where you kind of look at him and be like, is this We're fucking up. Okay, he's not laughing. Oh, he's frowning.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one was too
Rob-
far.
I've caught that too far a look. But look, that's the thing about comedy is sometimes you have to go too far to realize where the line is.
Yeah. No, you're like the baby bear of comedy. It's just right.
Just right. Go on. All right, so what were we going to do? We were going to do a drive-in. All right, let's go.
Buckle up for another episode of Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
My cab was not working properly. The gas, I had just filled it up and the gas tank ran empty. And I was wondering as the rain came slashing down. The rain came slashing down like a slasher film, like Jason. The rain came down like Friday the 13th. I chuckled at that to myself because I had brushed against the side door here and I tickle easily. But the rain was slashing down like a lunatic running through the woods with hockey mask. The rain was slashing. Again, I rubbed against this little handle here that makes me laugh. I tickle very easily, but that's not why I'm talking about this episode. I was driving in the rain. I was driving in this rain, and it was relentless. This rain was as relentless as a lion that smelled a dead or a wounded deer or a tiger or a cheetah. It was like a predatory. Anyway, you get the metaphor. The rain was just coming down so hard. The rain was coming down harder than an artery, than an artery that was calcified because a guy had eaten too much butter his whole life, or cake, or spaghetti, just shit. The guy ate crap. That's how hard this rain was coming down, like a hardened artery. And I'm in my cab / Instacart / Uber / Lyft / DoorDash / Uber Eats / Bloodmobile / Therapymobile / Bookmobile. I used the car for everything because I was in the gig economy and the rain kept coming down. The gig economy means employers don't pay you health care. That's what the gig economy means. It means there are no benefits and that you aren't unionized and the workforce is atomized and all the wealth gets funneled to the top. But I had a fare tonight that, yes, I had to make it through this brutal rain, but my fare was a lovely young woman who was a concert pianist at Carnegie Hall. And there she was. She was in the middle of the rain, but she was so dedicated to her art that she played on a mobile piano. She always had a mobile piano with her wherever she went, and she was playing in the rain, waiting for me to pick her up. I'm pretty sure she was playing something by Chopin. I think it was the Funeral Dirge, because I heard, you know how the Funeral Dirge goes, and the rain just came down harder than ever before. I had never seen rain like this. It was like God's tears. It was like God was sobbing so hard at the fact that the human race had consumed itself with greed and lust and pride and gluttony and all the 7 sins, and no longer was life sustainable, and God was sobbing in the rain. His tears were bashing down on my Instacart / DoorDash. Do I have to go through it again / Bloodmobile? And I pulled up next to the concert pianist who wore a beautiful cape that was like a poncho. It was rain resistant. She folded up the piano. I never saw a portable piano that folded up. And she got into my cab and I said, "Where you going?" She said, "Carnegie Hall." I said, "How do you get to Carnegie Hall?" She said, "Practice." We both laughed and laughed and laughed. We hit it right off on a shitty little joke that she heard all her life. And I was trying to get her to Carnegie Hall, and she said, no, that was just a joke. I'm going to a UFC fight at Madison Square Garden between Ruiz and Kleptomaniac. And I said, wow, you don't look like a UFC fan. And she goes, my boyfriend is taking me to it. He has bloodlust. He likes to see people getting their faces pounded in, and the rain was pounding down like a UFC fighter was pounding down on another helpless UFC fighter, and the crowd was just roaring its bloodlust. And I said, well, I'm glad you're in my cab, darling. She said, don't call me darling. I said, what do you want me to call you? She goes, Butternut. I go, wait a minute, you don't want to be called darling, you want to be called Butternut? She said, that's right. I said, all right, Butternut. And so we rode toward the UFC fight, toward Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the whole goddamn world. And as we were riding there, she unfurled her piano, a smaller piano that fit in the back. And she said, what do you want to hear? And I said, do you know Beethoven's Ninth? She said, you got it. And all of a sudden, bum, 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 bum. And she started playing Beethoven's Ninth, and the rain came down even harder. It was like God was choking on his tears. Now, you ever sob so hard that you can't get a breath? That's how hard his tears were hitting this cab. She's playing Beethoven's Ninth. All of a sudden, the cab skidded. I was heading toward a group of children. Luckily, I airplaned right over the kids. The car took flight. It was like chitty, chitty, bang, bang. More like shitty, shitty, bang, bang. And the car it catapulted right to the front door of Madison Square Garden. And she folded a piano and got out and said, thanks for the ride. Glad you didn't hit the children. I said, you're damn right. I'd never hit a kid unless they were out of line in a store or a restaurant. She said thank you. She got out of the cab. The rain came down even harder. And I drove away thinking, God, I love Beethoven's Ninth.
Thanks for joining us for another Driving in the Rain with Eddie Pepitone.
Ooh, that felt good.
That was good. I like the taking flight.
Yeah. Well,
that's
have you ever...
Beethoven's Fifth.
What? Oh, fuck. I had mistaken the fifth for the ninth. Or she had, actually. She was playing Beethoven's Fifth. And I'm like, wait a minute. How can a concert pianist not know the difference between 5 and 9? And then I thought maybe she has number dyslexia. Who the hell knew? Everybody's got a affliction. Anyway, I finished that bit.
I'll chop it in there. I'll throw it in there. Keep it congruent. Well, that's pretty good. We're up to what, 48 minutes now?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're almost at 50.
We're flying. How do you feel?
I'm tired, but I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, do we want to cover another character or?
I'd like to. Can I ask you a little question?
Sure.
About your personal life?
Sure.
Did you ever get bullied growing up?
Bullied?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of course. I think every kid had, in a city especially. Well, actually anywhere. But yeah, I got bullied. I definitely got bullied a couple of times, and it's scary.
What happened?
Are you trying to throw me into trauma?
I'm just
I got a question.
You are kind of an enigma to me too.
What?
'Cause, well, your style is very unique, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like I relate to you on a lot of levels. But then I know you grew up in Staten Island and like
Brooklyn
stuff like
and Staten
that.
Island, yeah.
And your life just I would love to like take a peek in onto some moments of your life. And you do a good job of painting pictures too.
Yeah. So let's think like a bully. It's usually in school, and man, I'll tell you, I never like when I look back at certain bullying incidents. I was terrified of the people doing the bullying, and when I look back at now, I wish I would have stood up to them, because I always hear that trope that bullies, you know, if you fucking stand up to a bully and like just say, "Oh, really? You want to fucking fight or whatever?"
Yeah.
And then you fight. They immediately, like, a lot of them are like, they fucking they're like, they'll never fucking bother you again, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
With me, I always wound up buying the bullies, you know, coffee cakes and getting them access to fine
They
restaurants.
turn you upside down and shake you, and a coffee cake comes out.
No, but I always was just fucking, and that's what bullies feed on, right? Fear.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm trying to remember, like, I remember this one guy on a bus one time. This motherfucker just started, like, going, I don't know why he didn't like me. Probably I was a very good-looking kid.
Yeah.
You know, life has taken its toll on me now.
It gets you. It'll get you.
And that's why, Wellbutrin, life beats the hell out of most of us. And Wellbutrin is here to help. Yeah, but this kid, man, on a bus, he just like got in my face and started. He just wanted to fight. And, you know, I have this, what happens with me, and I don't know if it still happens, but like when someone is like threatening me, it's that fight or flight.
Yeah.
And I'm always a flight guy. I love the Wright brothers. I love first class. I love flying, you know, so with fight or flight, I'm always flight.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Orville Wright was a very distant relative. He used to borrow money from my uncle, who was a grave digger.
Really?
My uncle was a grave digger in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. I mean, he wasn't hired by the cemetery. He just liked to dig up graves, bring home things to my grandmother.
Yeah, you're from the illustrious Pepitone grave digging dynasty.
We, you know, there's a lot we dig up. You know, whether it's secrets, trauma, you know, old family, heirlooms.
Yeah. Oh, good heirloom.
But anyway, this kid got in my face on a bus, and I remember, and to this day, if I saw that guy, I think there was a movie about it that Barry Levinson directed about a guy who got back at people who beat the shit out of him. Do you remember this movie? I forget what it was called. Someone will know this, but
What was the premise?
that this kid, it was one of the storylines in this movie. It wasn't the whole movie, but this kid got the shit beat out of him as a kid by these kids ganged up on him, and one by one, he fucking kicked their fucking ass as he got older. and it could be like 20 years later, he would see one of the guys and just like go up to him and like wail on him. And I would do that to this guy. Like if I saw this motherfucker who just terrified me for no reason on a bus just got in my face and go, yeah, you little motherfucker. Like,
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
because I was so good looking before life took its toll. I was good looking. I was a bon vivant. I wore an ascot at 12.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I can see that.
Oh, I was always shopping for ascots
You
as
need
a
to get
child.
back into the ascot game. I think it would suit you.
Do you know this movie I'm talking? No.
I mean, there's I'm not familiar
It's
with
Barry Levinson was the
Barry
director. If you look up Barry Levinson films,
I had people who would want to fight me when I was growing up, but I was always very friendly and goofy, and I was just kind of an idiot, but I was never like a bully.
you were like that squirrel.
Yeah, very much so. Just like this, trying to be a good Christian boy, just doing my best. But people would always want to beat the shit out of me, and I would get out of it very frequently just by talking. Did you find it?
I'm gonna run down some.
Go ahead,
The Survivor.
No.
Rock the Casbah.
No.
The Humbling. The Bay. What Just Happened. Man of the Year. Hindsight is 2020. Envy. An Everlasting Peace. Bandits. Liberty Heights. Sphere. Wag the Dog. Disclosure. Jimmy Hollywood. Toys. Bugsy. Avalon. Rain Man. Good Morning Vietnam. Tin Men. Young Sherlock Holmes. The Investigators. The Natural. Diner. Peeping Toms. Peeping Times.
Diner.
It's Diner.
Check out Diner.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna check
Diners.
it out.
By the way, holy shit! What a prolific director.
I'm skipping over a lot of stuff that I know it's
Really?
not.
No,
too.
but I
There's
mean-
a lot of TV stuff too.
Yeah,
Wow.
I didn't know that he's that prolific. Holy
That's a lot.
shit! Did he do the Tin Men? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Tin Men was like a sequel to the Diner. Yeah, it's
This
those-
is also only his directing credits. He's got even more for producer, and he's got 34 credits for writer. I mean, he's
Woo! I guess one of the friends he had that incident happen where it was on a baseball diamond. He just got the shit kicked out of him by these guys during a Little League game or something.
Yeah,
And he went and got every one of them,
I love that.
picked them off
Yeah, one by
over
one.
the years.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, I'd like to go back a little bit. but-
So you were a goofy guy.
I was I was at a college baseball game with one of my best friends, James, and he had some acquaintances that were there with him, and I don't know why they didn't like me, but at some point he ended up getting me in a headlock, and he held a lighter under my chin.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Jesus.
and he's like, cussing me out. And my buddy James is there. Who knows the guy who's doing this? They're like a few years older than us. We were probably like 12, 11. And he's like, dude, knock it off. And because James will tell me this story back to me, because I don't remember it like this. He's like, dude, you were so chill and relax. And you go, what are you going to do? Light me on fire, baby? That's what I said to him, apparently. I don't remember it
Come
exactly.
on, baby, light my. Were you
Yeah.
quoting the Doors song?
I don't think so. I
Come
think it
on,
was.
baby, light me on fire.
I was like appealing to logic. I was like, "There's people here," and he's like, "Get the fuck out!" Like, get, and he let me go. Another guy told me he was going to kick my ass, and I turned around and bent over, and I said, "If that's what you got to do to get this out of your system, so we can start our friendship, then go ahead and get to kicking."
See, the bulliers back east were a little more brutal. Like, if you would have bent out, he would have just kicked your ass and then continued to kick your ass.
Yeah. Now, thank God for those Fresno bullies.
Fresno Bully. Hello, welcome to Fresno Bullies. It'd be funny if the Fresno Bully host was just like, "Hi, I'm your Fresno. Welcome to Fresno Bullies, and today we are going to explore bullies. And our bully today is Rocky Salmaka. Rocky, hi."
Hey, it's me.
No, you were
Rocky.
supposed to be a counterpoint to
Oh,
my
I'm
character.
sorry. Oh yeah.
Rocky,
Hey.
how you doing, Rocky? Now, I heard you would just cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, like I walk through the streets, I just swing my arms and I just hit people when they're walking around. It just feels good. Feels good.
Well, Rocky, what you didn't know is there's a police officer here who says that the statute of limitations, we could still get you for assault. And it'd be something like that. It would be.
Yeah. And then the police, then I start swinging at the police officer.
Anyway, folks, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Apocalypse Soon. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but I'm low blood sugar, and this is my co-host, High Blood Sugar.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Hello, I'm bad cholesterol, and I'm good cholesterol. We are the Cholesterol Brothers.
Call me LDL.
LTL. But thank you for listening to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. We are in the end of days, folks, the ecocide, everything that is going on. You know it. I know it. We're being absurd and silly here, but still, don't take your eye off the fact that corporations are bleeding you dry. We don't live in a democracy anymore. It's all bought and paid for. As a matter of fact, the last presidential election and even the midterm elections that are happening, even though when people listen to this, they'll be over, is fucking costing billions of dollars to get elected. That's not a democracy.
No.
That's not a democracy. So listen to Apocalypse Soon. Find out what a squirrel is thinking. Come on, grab it. Grab it.
Subscribe, YouTube, Patreon, $10 or $20 will get you the video episode the day it comes out, and you might get some artwork from Eddie, and you also get some exclusive stand-up clips of
and maybe
Mr.
a bonus
Pepitone.
episode or two.
And maybe a bonus episode. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Send us an email to eddiepeppodcast@gmail.com, and that's it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening, watching. We'll see you next time on Apocalypse Soon, a podcast with no upside.